Welcome to my channel. Today's guest is Erin, better known as Rebel Junk. I highly recommend you go down and subscribe to her channel now. She's most often on Instagram and stuff, and she posts content as she can. She's been busy a little bit, or I will have links to her channels in my description, but I highly recommend checking her out. Subscribe to her channels. And so I'm going to ask you a few questions, Erin, about reselling. So do you do anything, do you have any other kind of job besides reselling?
I do not. I have a lot of volunteer responsibilities, but I'm not working outside of eBay and selling.
Okay, so what started you into reselling?
You know, I was looking back at that a couple years ago and I was like, how in the world, like what prompted me? And I can't remember which came first. I can't remember if I saw an eBay show first or if I had an opportunity to sell things that were valuable for a charity that I work with. So we were setting up the garage sale in the middle of the pandemic and we got shut down, and that's their biggest fundraiser. So I just gathered what I could and brought it home and put it on eBay. I've had an eBay account since 2003, but I've never done anything. I was mostly a shopper. I used to sell some stickers and scrapbooking things. But, yeah, I was mostly a shopper. So anyhow, I brought that home. I was going to sell that for them. And then I started thinking I should probably like sell my own stuff too, because it was working. Like the things that I had brought home were collectibles and glass and pottery, and they were selling, which, you know, eBay has their charitable program where you can decide which percentage of an item that you sell goes to the charity. And all of ours are 100% because the items are donated to us.
Oh, wow.
That's how
yeah. So you've been recently just selling. And so what platforms do you sell on then?
Right now I have eBay, a little bit on Mercari, but I have not babysat that enough to make it working. And then
I know.
Yeah. So whatnot, it's totally different.
Yeah. So what platforms do you sell on?
So I'm on eBay, Mercari, and Whatnot.
And Whatnot, okay. Yeah. How long have you been selling on Whatnot then?
I opened that account probably about a year ago, and I was very active on it for a few months, but then it got kind of overwhelming. Like it was a good problem to have. I had too many orders to ship. I was too much work, and my eBay was kind of suffering because of the time that I was taking for that. So I did take a pretty good size break, maybe like 6 months. And then I just started up recently and I've come back. I was selling the glass and pottery on Whatnot, but that's a lot of packaging. And so I've switched over to jewelry, trinkets, figurines, things like that are smaller and easier to pack.
Yeah, I came into it like 13 boxes of. The guy said he was getting out of it. He just sells books, but he was getting out of it. And he said, you have to take everything. And there were like, I think it was like 13 boxes, or in the one batch I brought home. And then there was like more from the day before, but all kinds of glass and decorative, but it was all like glass. A lot of it was like the clear glass, but all different patterns. And just to learn that stuff, I do have a book on it, but I have a lot of it listed. Not a whole lot, but it's like a longer kind of a way to sell.
The clear pieces don't move quite as quickly. Usually I find that if somebody's ordering a clear piece, it's because a piece that they have had in the past is broken.
Right. The sales though are nice on them when you do get them though, because they're harder to find kind of items, I guess. But it's just looking up the patterns, and it's a lot of research,
The amount of patterns that were created is just mind-boggling. I have a book of patterns that's from one factory here in the town. I'm in Findlay, Ohio, so we had Findlay glass here. And just the book on Findlay glass is just page after page after page. Like,
really?
Patterns.
Yeah. Do you still sell a lot of glass, or?
Not a lot. I do sell some.
Right.
Actually, yesterday I just listed a few pieces, but I'm trying not to pick up as much. And so what I have is already listed, and I don't pick it up unless it has a value, and I look at it and I say, if this sells, is it worth my time to pack that piece? Do I want to wrap it? Do I want to bubble wrap it? Do I want to double box it?
I know, because then if it breaks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like,
I've had a few pieces break, but not too many.
yeah, I had a statue break the one time, and it was,
Mm.
I don't know what it was made of. It was like kind of a metal, like, but it looked like plaster inside, but it felt, it was heavy. So I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it ended up breaking. I just refunded them and told them to keep it. You know what I mean?
That's
It's like,
what I do.
yeah. So what kind of glass do you sell then? Do you sell like just like, are they platters, or are they like just figurines kind of, or what?
Really, this is my inventory in here, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit of everything. I sell everything from like down to like miniature vases and
So yeah.
syrup jars that they used to give you at the restaurant. To I have a large serving platter from Finley Glass. I see some Corel up here. I've got
Yeah.
some of
I
the
didn't know they
glass.
used to give you, I didn't know they used, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I didn't know that they used to give you, what did you say, syrup jar, syrup? I didn't know
The,
that.
the smaller ones that usually don't have a handle were the creamers, and the little bit taller ones with the handle was syrup.
Oh, huh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But I have like amethyst glass. I have some
Mm.
Chinese cloisonne pieces. So I've got a pretty good variety. I have a mixing bowl that goes to a stand mixer that they don't make anymore. So I'll just pick up, it depends on what's available to me.
Right, right. Do you remember your first item sold?
That's the other thing. Okay, when I was trying to remember back, like why in the world am I doing this? How did I get started? It's been a wild ride. I was trying to think about that, and I'm pretty sure it was a set of pottery that looked like coconuts, and I cannot remember the maker of it, but it was Italian pottery. It was glazed on the inside, and it was just like textured like a real coconut on the outside. And so
Wow.
there was like there were large pieces and small pieces, and I think somebody had messaged me and said, hey, can I just buy the small ones, because I remember having to redo that listing. So I'm pretty sure, but that was one of those ones that I had brought home from the garage sale to sell for charity. So
Yeah. Well, so that sounds like it sounds like really, it sounds like it was pretty, like a pretty,
it was really neat. I
yeah,
haven't seen anything like it since then.
yeah. So what was your most profitable?
Oh my goodness.
And how much was it? Like, if you can remember, and you might not remember the main one or something, but
Well, there's one
or
this
even
sticks
most
out in my mind.
interesting.
Yeah. I guess the one that sticks out in my mind the most, and I don't know if this was my highest. No, okay. I know what the highest one was. It was this camel, and it got sent out and shipped back and sent out and shipped back, and it was gonna break at some point. I just knew it. But it was a camel from a nativity set
Oh,
from um
Holland mold, maybe?
Gobel Hummel.
Gold, yeah.
And so apparently they had made two different sizes of these nativities. And the first one that got it, it was too big for the set that he had. And he packaged it just the way I did and sent it back. But it's like waiting for it to come back is kind of making me paranoid. So anyhow, that one sold for $650 for a camel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My
And I
biggest
didn't
sale was
pay
a
very
six
much. I
hundred
got
dollar
it out
sale. It
of,
was speakers, but yeah, but a camel.
yeah. I didn't have very much into it. I bought a bunch of Hummel pieces from somebody that was clearing out a storage unit. And I just kind of like peeked inside the boxes. And if I saw something that was good, I just bought the whole box.
Yeah.
And so I had seen some of the animals and looked them up. But I do want to tell you one other one that we sold that's it's kind of funny because my daughter actually found it and I questioned it for a long time whether or not it was real. So we had been at Goodwill, and there was this gaudy, bright, like the light was shining off of it, blinding your eyes, gold metal belt. It was
Oh,
just really something.
a belt, you said.
Yeah. And I picked it up and I could see the little oval tab on the back of the belt buckle that said Chanel. And I was like, there's no way. Because
Yeah.
this is a dollar rack of belts and scarves and ties. Like,
Yeah.
so I left it. A week later, we went back and it was still there. And she's like, look at this. I said, yeah, I know. I saw it last week. I doubt that that's real. And she's like, you should probably take this home. And I was like, oh, okay. It's only $1. We'll take it home. Sure enough, it was real.
Was it?
Yeah, we had it authenticated with a group online. But that one sold for $550.
So you did, that's great. So you did that on, because I found a pin. I'm almost 99% sure it's fake, but it was a Chanel. And but I was looking up doing all kinds of research, how to find out if it's authentic and this and that. So did you get it authenticated online then, did you say?
Yeah.
I have a hard time hearing Erin, so I'm sorry if I'm talking louder or I just have a hard time, but
I don't remember what the name of the company was.
well, no, but you did it online.
Yeah, we did it online.
How did you do that then? Did you send him a picture or?
Lots and lots of pictures, like big pictures of the whole thing and little pictures of all the details. And there were these charms that were hanging off of it.
Oh.
So yeah, like they had space where you could add just more and more pictures of all the details. And so I just went in and took as many as close and as clear as I could. So yep, just pictures.
That's another thing though. A lot of times when we're out thrifting, like we're thinking that, oh, it's fake, because it's there, nobody else put it away, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like they're probably thinking, oh, this is fake, and they're putting it out for sale. And I mean, most times it is fake, but there are times that, you find these things like you did, and
yeah,
wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and it was ugly. You said it was gaudy, like just not. Or
it certainly wasn't my style. It was early '80s that this one had been put out. So it was just this chunky chain, like the necklaces that you get with a link is like a circle, but then it's kind of flat. Yeah, so it was thick this way. It was thick this way. That
sounds like 80s kind of.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Erin, what's your organization like? Like, do you have a system? Are you really organized? Are you like
I'm
hiding, or you just know where things are kind of organized?
I'm hiding my mess with a shelf behind me.
Yeah. That's kind of how, like, I'm organized. Like, I know where my stuff is. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, some people have such elaborate, oh my God, it's like, I'll be watching some videos and I'm looking at their organization system and I'm like, oh, I wish I could, it's just taking a time to where I'm at now to get it all in order. Like, you know what I mean?
So I have ADHD and I have depression and anxiety that all of them are fairly well controlled, but the ADHD has been the hardest thing for me to find medication that really helps. And so just thinking about that, like my mental capacity is like diminished. And I'm a day by day kind of gal. And
that's how I am.
If I make a system, I may not feel like I can do it the next day. So there's partial systems here. My pink sticky notes right here. Those are actually bins that are labeled. Those are the only bins in my entire room, and my shelves go back, across, and around and come out this way. Those are the only bins that are labeled.
Yeah. but it works for you, you know what I mean? It's whatever works for you.
Most of the time I can find stuff. I've had two in like 3 years, I've had 2 orders I had to cancel because I couldn't find the item.
Well, that's good. In 3 years, I've had a few. Yeah. And that's, how that is. That's like a freaking nightmare. Sometimes like I'll get sometimes, like, cause I don't, you know how it is with eBay and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like so stressful. Yeah. Let's see. So what's your favorite platform to sell on it?
I'm probably eBay, but I'm just the most familiar with it. And I I've had great success being a buyer on there. So I
Yeah.
think that feeds into kind of like there's more comfort there just because I've had it for so long.
Right. Now, how often do you do Whatnot?
Well, that's kind of sporadic too. I was
Mhm.
trying to do every Tuesday night. Um,
I
and
seen some of your ads. I looked at some of your videos, like your video ads this morning, like showing what you. That's a
yeah,
good idea, though. If you have a Whatnot channel or whatever, 30-second shorts or whatever they are.
yep, yeah, most of my shorts are Whatnot ads.
Yeah.
But I don't always get to it. So like this week I was supposed to do a Tuesday night and I had a migraine. And then
So did
last
I for 3 days this week. I don't even. We won't talk about that. But holy
yeah, no,
man,
mine was
I
3
thought I
days
was gonna
also.
die.
Yeah. Um so I couldn't manage. Sometimes I can get through it with a little bit of medication, but the medication wasn't doing what I
Yeah.
needed it to do. So my goal is Tuesdays at 6:30, and I've done a couple shows there that have been very well done, that have done very well. I have these cat figurines that I bought in a huge lot, and then I have some more modern, contemporary costume jewelry, things like Kate Spade and Talbots, things like that.
Yeah.
And
I see you had some. What are those ones that they collect? Those
oh,
little
Pandora,
charms.
Pandora.
Yeah.
Yep, I've done that before too. That went really well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good platform for me to sell on because I do well on there. I definitely have to advertise at least a week ahead of time to get a good crowd there. But
Yeah.
right now, it's really on hold, just life. I had the other one I had to cancel. We were at Girl Scout camp, and I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah. So like
No.
now I don't do Whatnot. I was on Regina's show and she did. I went in and I watched the show and stuff like this, but I want to do it. I really want to do it. Like
Mhm.
just even if it's once a month, I do want to try it. I don't have no following. Like I'll go on in like even on Instagram because I'm not on there ever. I just don't keep up with stuff. Like
Right.
I just don't. I kind of even on Facebook, like I turn my Facebook off during. I just check it for messages. I don't. I do post once in a while, but I'm
Yeah.
just not that kind of person. I guess I don't know. But so, What would you say to me? Like, say I'm new. I'm not somebody that's posting on Instagram all the time, or somebody that don't have a following.
So what I did is before I started selling on Whatnot, I went and watched a lot of videos. And so there's a chat in every live. And as your name pops up over and over again in different categories, people will get used to seeing you.
Oh,
And
I
then,
didn't know that.
yep.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Erin, but
Yep.
where's the chat at?
So
Or,
if you're on Whatnot on the phone, chat is on the bottom left side. And if you're on the computer, it's on the right side.
oh, okay. And what is it? A live chat for
Yeah.
everybody? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
So when people like if you like okay, so I go and see Kat the Nurse Flipper.
Uh-huh.
She sells jewelry, and during the time that she's doing a giveaway, she'll say, "Hey, if you're a seller, go ahead and put your information on the screen," and then everybody goes in and they subscribe to as many people as they can. So I build up a
Oh,
small subscription like that, just visiting other people. And then I pushed my first show so hard. I promoted it. I did videos. I said, "Hey, I'm going on Whatnot." And then I started with, "I'm going to sell this." And then I had, Instagram posts and Facebook posts. And so a lot of people, that I don't normally sell to came in there because they were already on Whatnot from
yeah,
that experience of being on there and chatting with people.
yeah. That's, I mean, that they're really good. I never like thought, I mean, I thought of some of it, but I didn't know that there was like a live chat and all like that kind of stuff. But now, because I think about, I'm getting older, and I know a lot of us are getting older, but like just the thought of like, I hear, I'm thinking, oh, do I want to rap? Well, I do. I guess I do because I do this all, whatever. But do I really want to rap 50 packages and what, like, I don't, I guess you have a couple days to get it out, but I'm like right on it, like things. So I like to get it done in one night and it's done out the next day. So it's not, I don't have to think about it. But Is it like tired? Like how tiring is it?
It depends on how much you enjoy it and how much work it is for you.
Yeah, and I
For
guess it
me,
depends on what you're selling too. Because I
yeah,
only plan on I need to get rid of, like, I have a lot of plush and I have a bunch of
yes.
jewelry. You know what I mean? I like to
Hmm.
just not
Well,
get rid of it, but
those are both easy to ship items, so those are very ideal for selling on Whatnot. It depends on how long you want your show to go. Like you choose, you can choose how long you're live. You can be live for like 30 minutes. You can do mine usually take about 2 hours.
that's what I was
Um,
thinking. Mine probably would too.
yeah, so
You know?
typically I'm sitting down at a desk when I do
Oh,
it,
are
and
you?
I'm not on camera, just my things are on camera.
That's what I want to do it where
Okay.
I don't have to be on camera. Because if I want to just do it at night, because sometimes I get in my night clothes, and
Yes,
I could just do it. Like
absolutely.
I'm set my like ways.
Yeah, so you can
So
do it like
so go
that.
ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you. So you just
No,
sit at
you're
your
good.
desk and
You're good. But that's how you just have to kind of gauge how you feel as the shows are going along and how long that you want to be on there, because it's a lot of talking. You're just talking to yourself, talking to the chat, talking to the screen. you know,
yeah,
you don't have somebody live chatting with you. So
yeah. Was it easy? Was your first one easy to
mhm,
do?
it was.
Yeah,
Well, and
yeah.
I watched enough people to decide what I liked in some people's shows and what I didn't like and what I didn't want to do. So I had a pretty good idea of how I was going to run my show already. Um, so when I got there, I knew what I was doing, and they had a practice screen. I don't know if they still have it or not, but they used to have a practice screen where you could practice putting in your inventory and bringing it up on the screen and then bringing up the auction.
Oh
It's
wow.
really, it's just a couple buttons, but after you get used to it, it's so simple.
Like
But
anything, yeah.
yeah, so
I won't stay
I
on.
was excited.
I won't stay on whatnot. But
Yeah.
the other night when you were on I don't know if it was Derek and Regina's show.
Yes.
The Hangout. Yeah. I think I think it was Lisette that answered me when I asked if you can post stuff without doing a show.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You have to be
But do you get sales and stuff like that way, or?
yeah.
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, you can't just go in and start posting things. You have to be approved to be a seller. So you still
Right,
have to go
right.
through the same seller process, but you don't have to run a live show. You can just put up a storefront just like you do on eBay.
Yeah, they sent me. I applied, but then they sent me a thing to do it, to sign. How you have to go through whatever you have to do. But
Yeah.
I just did it. And I'm thinking, oh my god, do I want to add more? But I
Mm-hmm.
do. I want to try it at least. But yeah, thank you for that information.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So you're basically putting more time into eBay then,
I
right now.
am. Yeah. eBay is
Yeah,
definitely my priority over
I
everything
know.
else.
Now, do you go ahead?
No, it's okay.
No, go ahead, Erin. I don't know.
Well, no, I was just saying that just eBay is my priority. That's where most of my sales come from.
Right, right. Do you have like, I know we were talking a little bit about before, but do you have like a set routine? Just walk us through a day, a week, like not a whole week, but a day of your routine. Like if you're planning on listening, like what's your day like?
It's different every day.
Is it really? Yeah.
I'm so scatterbrained. Ideally, if I got up and ate my breakfast and got my day going, I would like to pack and ship first thing and then
Yeah.
get that, because I have to run to the post office and drop mine off.
Don't you get them picked up at your house?
I don't know.
Oh my God, it's so easy, Erin.
Well,
Just do it.
the gentleman that drives my route asks that I take it to the post office.
What? Oh my God.
Well,
I won't.
it's only a mile.
No, that's not right though. I would, I'm not even get out because that'll take me on a whole nother direction here,
Yeah.
but that's
And really, it's okay
even on their
because
website, like they offer that. That's a
yeah,
service.
there are times when I use that when I just have like a couple of padded envelopes. But if I leave stuff for him, he has to run his route and then come back. He doesn't have
That's
enough
what
room.
mine does.
Yeah.
He only goes like around the one area, and it's not like, but they do that to a lot of people though. That's not.
Yeah.
Oh, Sorry, that's,
I mean, I'm not
I
upset.
know it's your thing. Yeah, you have your relationship, I guess, with them, but
Yeah, so the other thing is too is especially if I have large packages, I can just
yeah,
back up to the dock in the back of my post office and set them on a cart. I don't have to go in, I don't have to get scanned. They scan everything for me after I drop it off.
right. So how often do you go into the post office then?
Usually every day.
Do you?
Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
it's less than a mile.
I know, but still,
So,
mine is too. But
yeah.
like, I just do pickups. It's so easy. And I give him like Christmas. I'll give him a gift or whatever, like here and there. Nothing. But yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
do. I take boxes of chocolates up to the dock at Christmas.
yeah. Well,
But
that's good though. And you get out of the
ideally,
house. I mean,
ideally, if I could do that first thing every day, that would work out great. Um, and then come back and list. And it just depends. Like sometimes I have an appointment, sometimes my daughter has an appointment. So my youngest is still at home. She's 17 and
oh,
they start school next week. So that'll be, a little bit more quiet time. Not that she's really self-sufficient right now.
yeah.
So
Does
she
she
does.
have any interest in reselling?
What's that?
Does she have any interest in reselling?
Um, Not really. She has done some photographing for me before, but not because she wanted to, because I said, here, you have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, she really doesn't. She has autism. She's a high functioning person,
Yeah.
and things like that just don't occur to her as necessary.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So, but that's okay. I mean, I figure eventually, she'll be home with us after high school and she's going to have something to do. So if it's not here at home helping me or running her own store, then we'll find her, a job that she can do
Yeah.
house.
Something
But
that she likes. Yeah.
yeah, so it's an
Yeah.
option, but it's not something that she's asking me to learn.
Hmm. I know. Like now, do you have like death piles, or do you have like a lot of stuff that you don't have listed yet, or do you keep up with stuff? I know most of us do have like inventory around.
My 10 by 20 storage unit is all the things that are unlisted.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay,
So
so
I
let
seen
I'll
one of your
explain.
videos.
There's
Yes.
a reason.
So then this is the big question here, Erin. Do you still source with that 10 by 20
Oh,
storage
absolutely.
unit full of stuff that is unlisted?
I do.
I know.
I have sort of a unique situation here in Northwest Ohio. There is a lot of antique and vintage items available.
Oh,
There's also a large group of collectors. So things like Fenton glass, I can't buy here because it goes higher than eBay prices at auction.
really?
It does, yeah. So
Yeah.
if I go to an auction, I'm usually looking at the box lots, or sometimes I can get the jewelry. Just depends on who's there. There's estate sales, there's garage sales, there's auction house, there's the estate auctions. There's inventory to be sourced here. I have an abundance of inventory.
Yeah.
And so for what I'm looking for, I can get very inexpensive.
Right. That's how I buy. I get some pretty cheap. I don't live in I mean, not, but I don't live in a wealthy area. You know what I mean? And not
Yeah.
to say that because there's wealthy people around, but
Mhm.
I could get stuff pretty cheap, fairly, like, except sometimes the Goodwills and the stores are marked up, but sometimes I can find stuff for 25 cents, 50 cents
Mhm.
yet, you know? But now, so what was I had a thought in my head to ask you. No, wait. So how do you do your jewelry? This isn't what I was going to ask you, but how do you do with your jewelry area? Do you do okay do you do pretty good with your jewelry?
I surprisingly, yes, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
why. Because
Yeah.
I've heard other people that struggle with it.
Yeah.
And I sell a very strange variety of jewelry. So I have anything from the decorator pins that the guys put on their trucker hats. I have like
Oh,
pins,
yeah.
anything from generic gold tone, inexpensive plastic jewelry all the
Like
way up.
fashion jewelry. Yeah.
And I have some high end and I have some sterling silver and some gold. Very little bits of those. That I don't do much high end like that. But
Yeah.
the thing that sells for me the most, which is really odd, is things that don't have a name brand on them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I haven't noticed that. I mean, I sell jewelry, I do sell pretty much jewelry, not a whole lot, but I do sell it and I do source it. But I haven't really thought about it, like what kind of jewelry do I really sell? But mine's mostly like costume jewelry
Mine's
kind of
cost.
stuff, that's not, yeah. Wow.
So,
Now,
a lot.
do you ever do shopgoodwill.com?
No, I
Did
have
you ever
so
get
much
it?
here. I don't even need to look at that.
Huh?
I have so much available to me
Do
here.
you? Yeah. Yeah.
I
Don't
don't.
even bother then, because shipping and all, I wouldn't even, if you have easy access, I wouldn't even.
I do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Let's see. So now, what made you start a YouTube channel? You had your YouTube channel for a while. What made you start one?
Just watching everybody else and
Yeah.
that need to share, like we all want to help and share and
Right.
be involved. And I was like, I've got all the, I mean, you just don't need very much. You need your camera and your phone,
Right.
and so I just decided one day I was going to do it. I had watched a lot of Cat the Nurse Flipper,
Mhm.
Prison to Profit, Dante, and then Harry Tornado. I'm trying to think who all I started out watching. So Harry Tornado had recommended Dante. I don't know how I found Kat's channel. And then, just kind of goes from there. And I saw
She has a
enough.
big channel, though. She has a big, like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious, like, when she put, like, you know what I mean? So that's probably how, and because I know she was in nursing,
Yes.
and because I can relate to her, like, well, now I think she got out of it and everything, but I'm thinking, oh, I bet you she's so much happy. I mean, nursing has its wonderful points, but I bet you she's so much, like, just fulfilled, and because she has her, she has a lot going on. Like, I don't know how she does it. Like,
No.
like she has it all, like,
Yeah,
that's a
she
good
knows
voice.
what she's doing.
Yeah, I've seen you were on her show a few times.
Yeah.
You were
So
on her show a few.
I've been with Kat when she was under 1,000 subscribers.
Were ya?
Yeah, I
Wow.
found her when she was really new. But just the variety of people and circumstances and items that people sell. I thought, well, I think I want to share because I had all kinds of vintage pieces that I was selling. I was like, I want to tell people about these.
Right, right.
So that was really, and at the time, my mom and I were working together. Unfortunately, she did take an office job, so we don't get to do that as much together.
Oh,
But it was fun to document the
oh
things
yeah,
we were doing together. So
yeah,
that was all. That was why I just wanted to.
yeah. I know that's how I was when I started. I was like, I love reselling, and I'm thinking I'm just going to do it. I just sat down one day. Didn't even think about it. I don't even know. And I'm thinking, I love it. I don't even know who I was watching. I thought I'm just going to do it, and I just did. And
Yeah.
it has its ups and downs. It's a whole lot more work than what I thought.
Yes.
But oh my gosh, I love it though.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you have stuff that you particularly look for? Like we all do. Like there's certain things like when we're out. I don't know. Do you sort, like, do you go thrift shop? Do you go to the thrift stores and stuff? You
So
don't.
my thrift stores here are really overpriced.
Are they?
Every once in a while, I can find something decent, and the quality of items is not good either. My Goodwill, sometimes I can find some decent wallets and purses and belts and things in there. There's not a whole lot of glass and ceramics. I used to be able to pick up glass and ceramics there, and there's not a lot lately. I do go to the Salvation Army. Their prices are lower, but they're mostly clothes. They only just have a small
Yeah.
section of hard goods. And then there's a charity shop for the hospital, but they have weird hours. And so if I drive by and they're open, I'll stop in if I have time, but I don't make a point to go there. They are, again, mostly closed, but I have found some good craft supplies that I could resell and dishes in there.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
there. Most of what I have now comes from estate sales. I've made friends with one of the companies,
Oh,
and
wow.
so when they have something they think I would like, they call me.
Yeah, that's great. So you
So that's
just buy it out and for a really good price, I guess, or free, probably, ain't?
we usually do bundle pricing. So I'll make a bundle of everything, and then I'll make an offer, and they'll tell me, my client will take that or my client won't take that. And so we negotiate every time.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah.
So I've seen one of your videos. Now, Erin, I don't want to keep you, but
You're fine.
if you have somewhere to go, I don't want to hold you up. So just, whatever. But on high bid, I seen you did a video on a high bid. Now I purchased maybe 2 or 3 times off of there, and I was happy with what I got. I made money, I made money and this and that. But I seen that one. It was like 2 years ago. I think you did that video on you got all the. So tell me about some of that stuff in there. Did you get it? I seen the
Okay.
Affirma, or however you pronounce it. Affirm, I don't know. But tell me about some of the stuff you got in there. Did you get anything good?
Okay, so my mom and my daughter were about ready to kill me, by the way.
When you said, I don't even know what 13, when you said 13 boxes, my heart started racing. This one, I'm thinking, oh my God, I want to watch
41.
this whole. Yeah.
41 boxes.
How much? 41.
41.
What with 13? Oh, I said 13 from before. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, so I used to go on high bid, especially when things were shut down here. That's mostly when I did that. And
Now, I don't mean to interrupt you, but before you go on now, are you searching locally because I seen you picked it up, or do you get it? Because I know their delivering was a little bit pricey, which
Yep.
is.
Nope, I do pick up. If it's not a pickup, I've never
So
had
you
anything.
so you had a place that was close to you then, like pretty. I have to
So
look into that.
this particular auction was one that they do once a month, and I didn't know this at the time, but they do once a month, and it's people that wanted to have an auction of their things, but they didn't have very much, and so they combine everybody's things into one big auction. And there were so few bidders. I was getting boxes of glass for $2. Like, usually I would pay a piece, I would pay $2 for. I had a whole box of it. And so I just put in bids on all these boxes, not realizing that I was going to win 41 boxes.
Oh my God.
It took us, we filled my mom's SUV and my van. She had to go empty her SUV and come back, and we filled it
Was a
again.
lot of it heavy?
Well, yeah, it was glass.
God. Was it all glass?
A lot of it.
Oh my God, Erin, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So they were ready to kill me, but they
Yeah.
didn't. But I don't buy big bulk lots like that now. Like, I've learned my lesson. Like, that was too much. And so what I ended up spending time doing was going through each box, looking up items that I thought were valuable, and keeping those and donating the rest. So I did donate a lot back to Goodwill, things that I didn't, I was really looking for $20 profit at that point.
Right.
So there were a lot of nice pieces in there, but it wasn't worth the time to list and ship them. So I did narrow that down.
Yeah.
And the other auction I did that was really big, I remember it was, the snow had melted and everything was muddy. And some of the things I had bought were like in this back shed. So we were going through this yard where everybody else had already trampled through the yard, and it was muddy. I had to call my husband to come bring his truck. Those are the two big lots that I picked up.
Yeah.
But I learned my lesson. But those were both early on when I still had a lot of space in my storage unit. I don't have a lot of space left in there.
So that, just in that high bid video, I seen that you had that a lot of that paper stuff from, I guess maybe it was the vacation from the 60s in those files. Do you remember? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Did you sell any of that stuff? What was in there? Was it just like photos, or what was in there?
Well, it's still in my garage. I know exactly where it's at. So what it was it looks like they were trying to take a vacation to every state in the United States.
Oh.
Each file had pamphlets from attractions and maps, and you know how AAA used to make those triptychs?
Yeah.
Flip book. They had a lot of those in there.
I'll have to watch the rest of it later. I don't know if he even showed that, because I watched part of it. And I knew the video, we were doing this today. I thought I'll have to watch the rest of it later, but
It's
yeah.
it had a very strong odor, kind of like a
Yeah.
mix of musty basement and a cigarette kind of smell.
Oh, yeah.
And so I let it air out for a while, and then I eventually just closed it and set it on a shelf and forgot about it, really.
Did you? Yeah. Did you
But
find anything else in that high? Because you spent what, $200 and some dollars, you said?
yeah, that one would have been the one I think we went to just over the border into Indiana. There were Christmas things in there that sold very well for
Yeah.
me. I bought a lot of her Christmas decorations. I'm trying to think because Mom and I went and picked that up. And it didn't fill the van, but I had some of the seats down. I can't remember what all was in there.
Was there
That
decent
was a
Christmas
while ago.
ornaments?
Hmm?
Was there decent Christmas ornaments in there?
Vintage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a
Wow.
lot of older items. And
Mhm.
usually those are the groupings that I'm
Those-
looking for.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
But yeah, I definitely made money on that one.
Yeah. Now, do you still do high bid? Do you still look at high bid really, or
The last I do because they send me emails.
do they? Yeah.
And then I look at things and I think I need to turn this off.
I
But
know.
there's two auction companies that are close to me. There's one actually in the same city and one in the city north of me.
Mhm.
And those two actually, they're not even on Hybid anymore. They have their own websites. And so I get emails from them, but then I also get Hybid emails. And the last auction I did online was the group that's up north, just north of me. And I bought, she had been a Stampin' Up dealer, so the scrapbooking stamps.
Yeah.
I bought 300 sets of stamps. She also had origami owl jewelry, so I bought thousands of pieces.
Oh my gosh.
But they're little. You know what I mean?
People like that stuff though. Those.
I mean, it's gonna take a while but I knew the origami owl would sell because I had bought some at a garage sale previously, so I knew it would sell. And then I also bought Department 56 from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the last time, and that must have been early spring.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite part of reselling?
I don't know. Shopping.
I know. Mine's going through it. Mine's getting those boxes that I don't know really what's in it, kind of thing. Like,
You forget what you have. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting around looking at stuff and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? What am I going to do with this? If I'm not going to list it, do I have to throw it away? Do I donate?
Did you see how far back this goes? It just keeps going.
Oh my gosh.
So my inventory is pretty much in a U shape. You can see the window, the light coming in from the window.
Uh-huh.
So this row here goes all the way back, and there's a door there in the window. Past the window, it goes over to that wall, and then it comes back up. So I've got a big U shape in here.
So
but then there's one in the middle too.
Is this where you do your the live videos with Gail then? Mm-hmm. And is your table there? Like, do you do your listing in there too?
I do.
Do we? Yeah, everything's all set up. Do we have nice lighting?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can see the lighting. That's all for my light box because my overhead blew out.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I was gonna grab my ring light.
To me, it looks like natural light, but So
the natural light's coming in behind, but it's kind of blocked with that shelf there. But yeah, that's the lighting for my light booth. And usually I would stand up in front of that when we did our live shows. The computer would be in the light box, and then I was just, standing in front of it. But yeah, that's all of it.
Does she still do shows? I haven't seen.
Actually, I absolutely love Gail, and I totally miss her, but she retired.
Did she? But I know she retired, but didn't she go full time? The last video I think I watched was her all excited about going full time reselling.
No, actually, she was selling off her inventory.
Oh.
They were going to go full time on the road in their RV.
Were they?
Mm-hmm. I know. Shortly after they had their first trip, one of their parents needed home care after a surgery, and then Gail had broke her ankle. So obviously they took that time to get everything in order for her to heal, and then they went back on the road. I've seen a couple videos from her. She changed the name of her channel. I'd have to look it up, but
Maybe that's why then.
yeah. So her stuff is still out there. She's doing the traveling stuff
Oh,
now.
is she? Oh, I
Yeah.
have to follow her then. Yeah. Oh, that's different. A lot of people do that and they do well with it.
She was so excited to get going. Yeah,
I
I really
bet.
for her.
Yeah. So do you list daily then, or no? Or you just don't?
You know, I used to be very, very, very good about having lots of pictures on my phone so I could list whenever I had time to list.
Right.
And at one point, oh, I know what happened. So, I ran out and I've never been able to really kind of backlog and catch up again. But I was really sick last year for about 6 months.
Oh gosh.
And so I couldn't like stand and photograph things.
Uh-huh.
So I got myself a miniature light box, and that's when I started doing a lot of the little figurines and jewelry because I could sit and photograph from there. But I can't get caught up. I mean,
No.
unless I make a 100%, hey, nobody's going to call me today. Nobody's going to ask me questions. I have to get this done kind of
Right.
thing. I won't. But our income mostly comes from my husband, and
Yeah.
the money that I make reselling, we were using it to pay off our debt. We did pay off our debt in about 2 years. And
Wow.
then, so whatever I make is just kind of extra, put it in savings. We went to Disney this
Yeah.
year, so things like that. So it's not so stressful, and we're not completely dependent on it. So I do
Mm-hmm.
it when I can. But preferably I would list daily. If I have enough pictures on my phone, I will list daily.
Right. So when do you do your pictures all like, because I know I have pictures on my phone of stuff and I'm thinking, Patty, just because sometimes I'll end up deleting my pictures because my storage, you know how that is with storage
Yeah.
space. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my, like I waste time sometimes. I'm like, just get it done.
So as soon as I list an item, I delete the pictures.
Yeah. I usually do that too, but there's still some on there.
Yeah.
I try to, but
So yeah,
let's
there's
see.
odds and ends. There's things like there's a necklace in there that I took a picture of and it was ready to list, but then I looked at it and I was like, I think I need to test that for gold before I list that. So like that's still on there. Like there's little things that I have to do to some of the stuff. Like I need to research more before I list it, things like that. So I do a couple pictures, but they're things that are going to take work before I can list them.
Right, right. Now,
But yeah, that would be ideal.
yeah, do you cross list, yeah, do you cross list, Erin?
Yep. So I cross list over to Mercari, and I closed my Poshmark a while back and I thought, oh, I'll just open that up again because I'm using Vendu.
Is that what you're using? I was going to ask you.
Yeah. But there's something wrong with my Poshmark closet. Like they let me list a couple things, but they're all hidden, and I haven't taken the time to really look into it as to why there's a problem. I'm sure it's something simple. I probably just didn't put in some information or something like that, but I haven't
Yeah,
messed with it. So right now it's just eBay and Mercari.
yeah. How do you run into any issues, cross listing?
Not really. I'm
Yeah,
pretty good about if I hear something, if my phone buzzes and I hear it that something's sold, then I'll run and take it off the other site. But
I know. I had something sell on Poshmark the other day, and the same person went and bought, um, I had the same things listed, but different colors. They were
yes,
underwear, brand new ones, but I had them listed different colors, and um, but it was the same. I don't know, there was something with it, but I had to send her a different color on Poshmark because
oh,
I had the white and I
yeah,
sold that in the other, on eBay, but it was the same person. And I was going to take a chance and tell her, what, this sold that, not, but I just sent her the beige color,
hmm,
and everything went through. She never said anything. So
good,
I
good.
did send her a message though I did send her a message on eBay, and I said, you did purchase off me on Poshmark, or off eBay or off Poshmark. You sent me sorry about that.
You're fine.
I messaged her and I said, I sold this. I'm the same person
Mm,
that you bought from. And I said, I told her the whole situation. I don't have it in the white that's on Poshmark, but I do have it in beige. Would you like that? Or I could cancel the listing. And I didn't hear anything back. So I just
yeah,
sent it off to her on Poshmark, and it worked out,
that's
Yeah. I mean, I would have just canceled it on Poshmark, you know how that is, but
yes. I try not to cancel any of my eBay orders,
yeah, no.
but
I know that's like freaking so the um what plan do you have then? Because I just do my own cross listing because I don't cross list everything. Do you cross list everything?
no.
Yeah, I
I
don't
used
like nearly
to,
at all.
and honestly, I used to do eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace, and that was just a little bit too much. I would be okay with three. I don't think I'll go back to Facebook Marketplace, but I there are some things that just won't sell or they're not allowed. So I sell license plates on eBay, but like Facebook Marketplace, you can't sell them there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't sell on Facebook though.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
there's some things you just can't cross post, but
Right.
there are just things that sell better on Mercari, things that are more nostalgic, like toys and clothes and blankets and things like that will move a lot faster for me on Mercari.
Yeah.
Those kind of get priority for cross listing.
Yeah. I used to get a lot of sales on, but I'm not pushing it like I do with eBay. Like eBay's
Yeah.
like the number one for me, but I used to get a lot of sales on eBay or on Mercari. I still do, but they, you know how they are.
Yep.
Uh, but I just need to post more on it to
Yeah.
get the
I
sales.
don't babysit that one as much as I should. So
Yeah.
it's
And it's
fast.
nice. It's just, I too bad they couldn't all like pay you the money right away instead of waiting till they
Right.
get it and all that. Not that it's a big deal because it's money coming
Right.
in, but still.
So Whatnot does the same thing. They wait till it gets delivered before
Hmm.
they
I
release
mean,
your
that
fee.
is good. It is good because they know the customer gets it. Now, do you have to wait till the customer responds back for them to release
No,
the money, or how does that work? No.
no, as long as it gets delivered.
Yeah, I'm on Depop too. I'm gonna delete all my stuff though and just do it all over again because I don't like the backgrounds are dumb. But
I
yeah. Did you ever try Depop?
no. Mm. I
Yeah.
I don't know that I have anything
It
that would.
doesn't matter. I got a sale. I just got another sale the other day on there. Out of the blue, it was a brooch. It was actually a Lucinda Yates.
Hmm,
It was just a little
really?
artistic. Lucinda Yates, she has those little artistic
Yeah.
pins.
Yep.
But I sold. I don't know if it was for $20 or whatever, but maybe 17. I don't remember. But yeah,
Yeah.
I sell stuffed animal like plush on there. I've sold.
Hmm. I have an Etsy account, but I took everything down off of there also. But the vintage glass went really well there.
Did it? Yeah, I don't do Etsy. I did a long, long time ago, but I don't think I didn't do anything with it because I didn't follow through or something.
Yeah.
I think it's changed now. Like it used to be just like art, handmade stuff or arts, and
Hmm.
it didn't used to be. And I don't know if it still is. Um,
They allow vintage and supplies now.
oh, well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me just see. So, is there any certain tools that you use or that you would recommend for resellers or new or beginners to have on hand if they're
I
thinking
mean,
about getting into reselling?
yeah, you need a decent postal scale. You need to be able to weigh your items. I did not have one of the label printers to begin with. And by the time that I got one, I was so sorry that I hadn't bought it sooner. And the price of them has come down so
I
much.
have one. I don't even have it. I hooked it up and then just never use it. I have to
Oh,
just
yeah.
use it. I still have freaking
No, I
labels. Yeah.
absolutely love mine. I really regret not getting it
What
sooner.
kind do you have?
Actually, I have two. I have a Rolo where you have to plug it into your computer, and I have some no name brand. I used somebody's link to buy it, but it's wireless, so I can print my
Oh,
from my phone.
yeah.
So actually, I have two here. But yeah, I don't know because I was using a printer with the labels that were like you could fit two labels on a page, and they were
That's how
huge.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I did, but it was on sticker paper, so at least it was, I didn't have to tape it on or anything. But yeah, so definitely you need a scale, you need some kind of printer. Most of us have a phone that takes decent pictures.
Right.
somewhere with good light, whether you buy the light or use the light outside. You know, you just want your pictures to look good. And, you know, if you have to start out using all priority mail boxes for free, then that's fine. I use a lot of recycled packaging. So like my friends will save their Amazon envelopes and boxes for me.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So whatever you're packing, you got to think about what you're going to ship it in before you list it.
I know I have some pretty pictures I'd like to list, but I kind of don't want to because they're, you know, with the glass taking that chance. But I don't have any picture boxes. And do I even want to go and attempt to do that? Did you ever send a picture? Did you ever sell a picture like that with the glass?
No, probably the biggest one I've sold was like an 8x10, and you can really get away with good bubble wrap on that.
Yeah, I shipped one. Yeah, I mean, it made it fine, I guess, because I didn't get any negative, you know. But anyway, I think I asked you all the questions here, Erin, that I could think of. But thank you so much for coming on the channel today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna put Erin's information again. Please go subscribe to her channel. I'd love to see some more content from her and from you. Yeah, especially like with the essay sale stuff, because I love that stuff. You know, like the stuff that you got unboxings. You know, I'm gonna watch the rest of your other one tonight. But yeah, so
I watched you unbox
so much for
that huge lot. I watched you start to unbox that huge lot of men's shirts, and you look so exhausted.
Oh my God, I got that. I had to have my husband push it up the stairs for me. It wasn't bad. It was only 100. It wasn't bad for him, but it was a freaking huge box. Well, you've seen the box. Yeah. Yeah. I sold out of it so far. I sold, I think 3 shirts.
Okay.
I sold out of it so far. You know, who knows? There was a lot of Nike in there. I had a lot of golf shirts in there. Not Nike, Izod, but I was hoping for some Izod Lacoste, but yeah. I'll wait a while till I do it again, though.
But yeah, I like watching the unboxings.
Yeah. But anyway, I hopefully you'll enjoy your day, Erin. And thank you so much again for being here.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.